So I'm asking delay. Is it right?
If a man sleeps with another man,
Yeah.
if he desires it.
Is it right?
If he desires it.
No.
Let me tell you this.
But you're not answering if is it right, because you know right from wrong, right?
Right, but right
you know
is an
right from
opinion number
wrong.
one.
Do you know right from wrong?
I think I do.
I'm not asking about anyone else. I'm asking you.
Now, if you're asking me, if I'm dealing with
no, I'm asking
homosexuality.
you. Say, is it right?
Mr. Peterson, that is.
You
a
don't want to
question.
answer that question.
I am answering it, but
So-
that's a question that you have to ask me directly, not.
I'm
in
asking you
conjunction with,
directly.
like a group of people.
Delay. Is it right?
For a man to all his ass up and then.
Is homosexuality or lesbian? Is that right?
If that's what you want, it's a choice. If that's your
Would
choice.
you be okay with your boys doing that?
No, my sons wouldn't do that because
Why not?
Because they're raised. They see a man. They know
But
the
if
man.
they end up turning out doing that, and they came home, Daddy, here's my boyfriend, would you accept it as being right?
Come on, Mr. Peterson.
Delay is a stand-up comic and an impressionist. What's an impressionist?
I don't know who put that down.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You're not an impressionist?
I'll impress you, but not an impressionist.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder where did that come from?
Liars. People just be lying.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson.
I totally appreciate it. And so you're from Louisiana?
Yeah.
What part?
Alexandria.
How did you end up in California?
Comedy. Started off in Louisiana, then moved to Vegas because I was a blackjack dealer.
Oh.
So I moved to Vegas and the move was to come to LA originally. So I wanted to go to Vegas and kind of work my chops with my craft, and then moved to LA and started here.
At what point did you know you were going to be a comedian?
I didn't. It was kind of thrust upon me. I was a blackjack dealer, and I would talk.
Really?
I would talk a lot during the game.
Right.
And this guy saw me, and he was like, "Hey, man, you're funny. You should do comedy." And I didn't know anything about comedy. I didn't think you could make money doing comedy. So I tried it out at the local Funny Bone in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because I went to school at LSU.
Oh, okay.
And I hated it.
Oh, you hated it?
Yeah, I knew he was waiting on me to be like, I loved it. We knew he was going to be a star. No, I was terrible, Jesse. Jesse, I was terrible.
Really?
When you first started preaching, you remember your first sermon?
No.
It was terrible. You're not going to remember it because it was terrible. And it's hard. First time speaking in front of people, it's difficult. And I bombed. And I was mad, Jesse.
Yeah.
You want to know why I was mad?
Why were you mad?
I'm glad you asked. I didn't think you would ask me. Jesse, I was mad because the people that put me up to do it, I thought they were trying to sabotage me.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I bombed in front
So
of a
did the
packed house.
audience think you were bad, or you just thought you were bad?
Oh, it was unanimous. We both thought it was bad.
Oh, yeah?
Both me and the audience.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't even laugh. I did 7 minutes and they chuckled at like the 5-minute mark.
That's amazing.
It's not amazing, it's terrible, Jesse.
But terrible is amazing.
Amazing is amazing, and I think terrible has its own definition.
Yeah. Do you write your own stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Have you always done that? Mm-hmm. Well, no wonder it was bad. Were you raised by your father?
No, my daddy actually passed.
Oh, he did? At what age for you?
Well, he didn't die.
He didn't die?
He just said, I don't want to be no daddy, I'll pass.
Oh, he did? Did he tell you that?
No, he just showed it with his actions.
And
when you disappear, as a kid, you know he's not there.
So you have boys?
2 boys.
Are you married?
I was married 10 years.
Huh?
I was married 10 years.
Really? Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
It stopped.
Why?
I'm glad you asked, Jesse. I didn't think you would ask. It stopped because there was a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules in marriage. You got to come home every night.
Yeah.
You can't just be out having sleepovers. I'm gonna be at Jesse's house tonight. No. You got to come home every night.
Right.
And it was rules, and I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that type of structure relationship. I never seen it before. I didn't grow up around it, so it was me trying to figure it out on my own. But most of the times when you see parents separate and the kids, go with them, and it's a turmoil. No, me and my ex-wife are best friends.
Oh, good.
Yes, we communicate.
So you can be with your boys.
Yeah. You don't have to
That's
be.
That's important.
Very important. Jesse, you have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
1.
You got 1?
I have 1 son. He's married with 2 kids. His older daughter is married. She has 1.
How old are you, Jesse?
70.
And only 1 kid?
Yep.
You need to go back and do a do-over. You need to have at least, at 70, you need at least 6 kids.
I wanted 10.
How you get 1 out of 10?
It just didn't turn out that way.
You had a lazy stroke.
I'm surprised that I only have.
You had a lazy
one.
stroke.
No, my stroke was bad.
Back then, it's done now. You need that blue pill. Anyway, Jesse, you see my two boys. You met my boys.
I did.
Ages 12 and 13. February 12th, February 14th. Those are the dates. For one day a year, they're the same age. That is an amazing
That's
stroke.
amazing.
That's an amazing
That's
stroke.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Will you ever get married again?
You know what, Mr. Peterson? I don't know. I don't know. Because, I mean, for some people, it's something that you put in your life that kind of ground you and I guess, stabilize you, I guess.
Right.
For me, I don't think the title of marriage is something that I need. You know what I mean? I mean, having somebody in my life is important, but I don't think that person has to have a title.
Do you believe in having sex out of wedlock?
Yes.
You do? Are you a Christian?
Non-religion. I grew up Christian.
But you're no religion now. You're
No
atheist.
religion. No.
Agnostic.
No. I stand on spirituality.
What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked. I didn't think you would ask, Mr. Peterson. You asked some great questions. Well, for me, like most people, and I don't oppose people's views, like some people that are Baptist or Pentecostal or Muslim or Catholic.
You like Allahu Akbar?
Do I like him? That's God is the greatest.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
No, that's what they say when they're cutting your head off.
Who says that?
The Allahu Akbar people.
The Allahu Akbar people? I think you're trying to say God is the greatest.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
So while they're cutting your head off, they're saying God is great?
Well, I've never been a part of those people that cut heads off. I don't know how they operate.
So you believe in God?
Yes.
And so do you believe in having sex before marriage?
Yes.
And why?
Because it's natural.
It's
I think once you have an age, of a certain age, and you know right from wrong, and as a man you have that feeling.
Is it right to have sex before marriage?
Says who? Who depends
I'm
on who you're talking to.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Is it right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't, according to certain laws. I say you should. Jesse, I say you should.
Is it right?
It depends on the person you're talking to. If you ask me, yes.
You saying it's right.
Yeah, Jesse is right. It's natural.
Is it right?
Stop breathing right now and hold your breath.
Is it
and
right?
ask me how natural would that be?
Is
it would be
right?
Unnatural.
Is it right to live with a woman without being married?
It depends on who you're talking to.
I'm asking you. I'm talking to delay.
If you have plans, delay. If you have plans on being with this woman, if you have some, sort of structure that you're trying to have this woman add to your life, I don't think the title matters, Mr. Peterson.
Is it right to have children out of wedlock?
I can only speak for myself.
Right.
I didn't.
I'm asking you.
I didn't. I was.
You did not?
No. I was married.
Is it right to do that?
Depends on what you're following. It depends on what you're following. If your lifestyle says, hey, according to this religion that I follow, I shouldn't be doing this, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. But again, Mr. Peterson.
I'm asking your personal opinion. Is it right to have children out of wedlock?
If you take care of the kids, I don't think that part matters.
Is it right?
If you take care of the kids, yeah. If you just bounce, that's not right. That's what makes it wrong. If you got a child out of wedlock and you love this woman, but you're not married and you produce a wonderful kid and you guys raise that kid together, what difference does it make if the circumstances in which the kid was born?
What do you think of a woman that have babies out of wedlock and then she bounce?
The woman bounce?
Uh-huh.
Where are they doing that at?
Everywhere.
Where, Mr. Peterson? Women are having kids and just leaving it with the man, or just leaving?
Just leave it with the baby.
Just leave? What do you mean?
And leave the man with the baby.
Oh, leave the man with the baby.
No, she leave and take the baby away from the man.
They doing that?
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
They call out of wedlock birth. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think that's beneficial for the kid.
Right.
If the mother's gonna take the kid and just.
And why not beneficial for the kids?
Because I think the kid needs a two-parent home.
Yeah. And why do they need two-parent homes?
It gives them structure at an early age and gives them confidence. See, like now, I didn't have confidence. When I was my kid's age, I didn't have that confidence.
Right.
I didn't grow up in a two-parent home. But look at me now, Mr. Peterson. I'm exuding with confidence.
What brought on the change?
Can you feel it?
What brought on the change?
I'm glad you asked. I didn't think you would ask. You asked some amazing questions. I think me finding myself through sports. I was an athlete.
Oh.
And once I was...
What'd you play?
I played basketball.
Okay.
once I was able to find myself in that, it gave me confidence off the court and in my social life. So as you can see, I was saying, I'm exuding with confidence.
Would you want your sons to be married before they have sex or out of wedlock?
That's a conversation that I'm pretty open with my sons. This is a conversation that we'll have when I believe the time is right. But I wouldn't be upset with my kids if they had sex before marriage.
Right. Would
That's
you
an old school way of thinking. Like, so you're gonna tell me as a young man that my body's going through these natural changes, and I'm starting to desire a woman, and this is natural as it is to feel the desire for a woman. I need to suppress that and wait till I have a certificate to say now we can have sex. That's ridiculous, Mr. Peterson.
Which do you prefer for your sons, to wait until marriage or before? As a father,
I would prefer them to do, because they're gonna have the knowledge.
You prefer them to wait?
No, I prefer them to do whatever they feel like they're comfortable with.
But you would recommend what?
I would recommend them doing what they feel is comfortable, because they're under the tutelage of their dad, who gives them some great guidance. So they wouldn't be doing anything in unknowingly.
Are you liberal or conservative?
I lean more on the liberal side.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, come on, Mr. Peterson. I just said my sons can have sex before marriage. That's pretty damn liberal.
And why are you a liberal rather than conservative?
All right, for me, liberal is being open-minded and being open to other people's opinion. For me, conservative is same old way. Let's just don't change anything. Let's just keep everything the same. Let's just stay in the pocket. Whatever's been going on, let's just keep it here. Don't change anything.
Why do you have that impression?
Because a lot of conservatives won't change.
Why do you have that impression?
Based on what I see.
What type of change they don't want?
Conservatives for a while didn't want to deal with the LGBTQ.
What's that?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Peterson.
What do you mean deal with them? When you said they didn't want to deal with them?
They weren't accepting to gays.
Why not?
I don't know, you're a conservative, Mr. Peterson.
Do you think homosexuality is normal?
It's being normalized.
Is it normal?
Today it is.
Is it normal?
Yes, today it is.
Meaning that you think it's right?
Now that's two different questions, Mr. Peterson.
Is it right?
If a man wants to sleep with another man, that's that man's prerogative.
Is it right?
According to whatever laws he fall up under, again, I don't fall under religion, Mr. Peterson. Spirituality.
So I'm asking delay. Is it right?
If a man sleeps with another man, if he desires it.
Is it right?
If he desires it.
No.
Let me tell you this.
But you're not answering is it right, because you know right from wrong, right?
Right, but right is an opinion number one.
Do you know right from wrong?
I think I do.
So is it right?
I'm not the decider of that. I can't.
But you know right from wrong.
I do, but I can't make a decision. I can only answer.
I'm not asking about anyone else. I'm asking you.
Now, if you're asking me, if I'm dealing with
I'm asking you. Say, is it right,
Mr. Peterson? That is.
You don't want to answer that question.
I am answering it, but that's a question that you have to ask me directly, not.
I'm asking you directly.
Like a group of people.
Delay. Is it right?
For a man to all his ass up and then.
Is homosexuality or lesbian? Is that right?
If that's what you want, it's a choice. If that's your choice.
Would you be okay with your boys doing that?
No, my sons wouldn't do that. Because
why not?
Because they're raised, they see a man. They know the man.
But if they end up turning out doing that, and they came home, Daddy, here's my boyfriend, would you accept it as being right?
Come on, Mr. Peterson.
So you are liberal, right?
Yeah.
And do you vote Democrat or Republican?
I usually vote, I don't vote based on a party. I don't vote based on party lines. I vote based on what a candidate is saying to me and what he's saying to my people.
Did you know that real men are conservative and not liberals?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I think you just came up with that again, Mr. Peterson.
No, that's a reality. But
let me tell me where you get that information from.
Did you vote for the Great White Hope?
You calling Donald Trump the Great White Hope?
That's right.
Okay, the big orange disaster is what I call him. Yeah, the big orange disaster. Yeah, that's.
Why do you call him that? Did you vote for him, first of all?
No. When I went
why do you call him the bitch?
First of all, let me just tell you about when I voted. It was out of Hillary and Trump. I went into the voting booth, and you know who I voted for?
Trump.
No, I put down a little Bow Wow. Yes, you can write in the names.
Why do you vote for Hillary?
Because she didn't have my interest either.
Oh. Why not the Great White Hope?
Definitely not the big orange disaster.
What is it about him you don't like or agree with?
I don't like the way he conducts himself in the Oval Office. He doesn't conduct himself very presidential. The Central Park Five. He took out an $80,000 page ad in trying to convict these guys.
Right, because he thought at the time that they were guilty.
He was wrong.
Right.
And his wrongness caused people to lose a lot of time in their life.
But how about
he's
as
a bad
president?
Man, he's first of all, so we should just disregard all of his other antics and all the other things, the unfair housing practices. And
wouldn't you want to be forgiven for what you've done in the past? Because that's not who you are today.
No, that is who he is today. That is
are you the same person today as you were in the past?
I'm not.
But why?
I'm not.
Why is it that you're not, but he can't change?
He hasn't shown change.
So
why do you love this man? What does this man do? Do you like black people? What did your black skin ever do to you?
Why are you asking me
that makes you hate it so much?
What makes you think I hate it?
Because I've never heard you say anything good about black people, especially in a group.
When
you don't like.
When you say you never heard me,
I haven't heard.
You never heard of me.
I have heard of you, Mr. Peterson.
You did?
Yes.
And so haven't I shown I love black people?
You have shown that you strongly despise black people.
By doing what?
Saying stuff like the great white hope.
But
You're the first black man I've ever heard say something like that.
The great white hope. I have t-shirts that says the great white hope.
But I gotta ask you a question.
Also, listen, you didn't know this about me. I call Obama the fallen messiah.
You don't like Obama either.
No, I like Obama, I just don't agree with his politics.
Okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah.
You don't think he did anything positive for black people?
Who?
Obama.
No.
Nothing?
Not 1 0
Not
ounce
nothing?
of it. He's married to Big Mama and he's afraid of his wife.
Mr. Peterson, that's blasphemy. He did nothing. You ever heard of the Affordable Care Act? You ever heard of that?
Yes.
That's nothing good. You ever?
That wasn't good.
So people
did
didn't have.
Did you think that was good for black people to get so-called free health insurance?
I don't call it free. Somebody's paying for it. It's not free.
Right, the blacks are not paying for it. It's free to them.
So you don't believe it's poor white people?
Do you think that?
Hold on, Mr.
Wait,
Peterson.
I want to do it one thing at a time.
Okay.
So do you think that by Obama offering free so-called health care for
Stop saying black.
people, well, that doing
So
for
white
black people? We were talking about what he done good for
All right.
black people.
Well,
You asked
I can
me-
tell you. Well, I
said
know.
You don't think that was good for black people? No, I don't. Do you think that was good for black people?
Yeah, if you don't have insurance, somebody gives you insurance, I think that's pretty good. So you don't think there's poor people? There's white poor people?
Yes, there are, but you don't hear them
You don't think they was using it?
But you don't hear them whining and begging like the blacks.
White people on food stamps more than black people.
No. For the percentage of black people
You
more.
don't think it's more white people on food stamps than black people? That's a fact, Mr. Peterson.
Only because of percentage rate. There are more white people than there are black people in the country.
You love white people.
Do you love white people?
I love people that love me.
Do you love white people?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with white people.
But what are you
Asian
talking
people.
about there?
But Mr. Peterson, you don't like black people. You still haven't answered my question.
What's that question?
What did your black skin ever do to you? To make
Nothing.
you hate it.
Nothing at all. I'm not into the black thing.
If there was a cream that came out, a cream, and you could change your skin for 1 year, you'd be all over it.
You think?
You don't like your skin.
Really? Amazing.
And you have nice skin.
Amazing.
You have nice skin.
Okay, good.